Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Brandon George, and I'm a realtor, your home sold guaranteed here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I put together a little market report for you and just wanted to get everybody up to date on the current market. This is in May 2019. So I just want to kind of go over who's Brandon George, who am I? The current market conditions of Atlanta, the hottest zip codes right now that's experiencing the highest appreciation, and where to invest. Where are we experiencing appreciation, and where are we going to be able to get the best cash flow deals? So that's me. My journey, I graduated from Georgia Tech with a degree in mechanical engineering, and I bought my first investment property back in 2008 when I was 23. It was a condo, and I rented it out. But then I actually became a licensed agent in 2015, and in 2016 I went into real estate full time. And I've done over 50 transactions since 2015. And I've had experience in doing renovations, I've had rentals, and I've also done wholesaling. I'm also a member of the Craig Proctor system, and more about that later. So, right now, taking a look at the current marketing conditions, active listing count, if you can see here, we are a steady decline in the current active listings, and the lowest point is typically in February. This is February of 2018. And if you notice here, February of 2019, we have a higher amount of active listings than we did a year ago. So active listings are starting to look like as an upward increase starting to happen. And so the days on market, or the days to sell, has been steadily decreasing. But if you can kind of see here, it's starting to, maybe a little bit of a shift is happening right here. It's not quite certain. It's gonna play out in the 2020, and then we're gonna really see what's going on. But I foresee there is a slight shift happening. But the list price has been steadily increasing as well over this time. And so this slide goes over the uh, wealth building phase. So right now we are in a seller's market. Days on market are low, prices appreciating, and and so right now we're in a hot market, and this graph here, to understand it, this is the green part is the wealth building phase. And I bring this up because as an investor, it's important to know the wealth building phases because that's when you can make the most money. Because if you didn't know when the wealth building phase began or when it ends, then you're kind of going in blind. So there's been three wealth building phases over the last 30 years. One was in the 80s, one was in the 90s and early 2000s, and then one started in 2013. And if you notice the wealth building phases of 2013 and beyond, the interest, excuse me, not the interest, but the appreciation rate has been much higher than it was back in the 90s. So, and we've actually experienced that in the real estate market. The values have been steadily increasing. And especially as an investor, now knowing that you're in the wealth building phase, that you're in the appreciation phase, you can somewhat take more risks. You can buy a property and hold on to it for a little while and sell it and make a profit. It's pretty easy to make a profit when the prices are steadily increasing. Now, when the prices are decreasing like it was in, the depreciation phase, then that's when the values or wealth is being lost. But you can still make a lot of money. Actually, you make more money when the economy goes down and there's depreciation because the spreads are larger. Back then, you're buying houses at 40 cents on the dollar, 30, 40 cents on the dollar. Whereas now, deals are getting harder and harder and harder to find, depending on, well, on the MLS anyway. Off market, they're still there. So, but this master score here, I wanted to point out that this really shows the strength of the market. This right now is hot. Above 88 is saying that it's a hot market. But again, if you notice previously, it looks like there is momentum shifting, and I have more information to go off of that with. Now, actually, while we're on this slide, I do want to go over these lines here. And so these are moving averages. 20 quarter moving average is red. The green is a 10 quarter moving average. And these, and the blue is the appreciation percentage or depreciation percentage. And so you can see here, one thing that's happening in this graph is that the moving average, when the 20 quarter, excuse me, the 10 quarter moving average crosses the 20 quarter moving average, like right here, that's when there's like a shift happens, and it goes from appreciation to depreciation, and then it crosses back here, and then it takes a little bit of a while, but then it starts to change direction. So the cross is important. Whenever this crosses, something is a shift about to happen. See, it crossed here, and then a shift, and it took several years after. I mean, it took what? It crossed in 2001 or two, and it didn't start depreciating until 2006. But you can see that the momentum definitely shifted from a high appreciation and started to dwindle down and just crashed. Now, we had a crossing here back in 2017. So that means there is a little bit of shift. Something is happening. It hasn't fully manifested itself yet. But that is signifying that the momentum is starting to shift from being strong going toward being more neutral. It's not weak yet, but it's shifting. And so this graph here, one thing, I'm not going to go too much in detail about all of this right now, but this long-term signal, these are signals that as an investor, it kind of tells you what to do. Long term, as I kind of explained earlier, that when the 10-point moving average crosses the 20, long term, it means a shift is happening. And so since a year ago, we're starting to turn red. Red means basically to sell. As an investor, if you have bought properties in 2013 and have experienced the appreciation, now is a really good time to start to sell your portfolio because there is a shift happening, and now is to get the most money for your property before it actually starts to maybe even experience depreciation. And as a homeowner, I mean, it's fine. It's not gonna, the bottom of the market isn't planning to just fall out like it did in 2008, but it may be more of a slower pullback than a complete fall. However, it can't be predicted. Who knows? There's other economic, political, and causes that we cannot foresee. So, I mean, watching the news, you're starting to hear layoffs are going to be happening due to the tariff increases. Ford is losing $1 billion, starting to lay off people. Walmart prices are going up. So that possibly could affect the housing market, which it definitely will. And so I have no idea exactly right now how it's going to affect it. But based on numbers, based on the graph, if you have investments, now is a good time to cash out and to get claim the equity and the appreciation. That's when you make the most money, is when you buy at the very beginning of the wealth building phase and sell at the very end of the wealth building phase. If you time it right, you make the most money. If you don't time it right, well, you know, lose a little bit. But I also want to go over the best places to invest. Okay. So last year, this is last year's annual appreciation map. Where was the most appreciation experience? Well, the red, I mean, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, 30310 had a 24% appreciation in 1 year. 24%. That is a lot of appreciation in 1 year. 30032 also had 18% appreciation. These two are pretty much the strongest appreciation, but 30316, this is near um, Grant Park. All of these areas are experiencing appreciation. So the average is above 6, right above 6. So you got all this green. Certain areas, the blues didn't really experience that much appreciation. But that being said, if you're an investor, you want to look at the best places to invest, and you want to bet on if appreciation, so that you can not worry about, uh, say, if you're having a rehab, it takes a little bit longer. The longer it takes in a high appreciating area, that's better for you. If it's depreciating, that's not so good. Typically, high appreciations are showing that there's more of a demand there, and that's why it's appreciating. So, I personally invested in 30310. That's where I'm doing my flips, 30310, as we speak. I like the area too. And the price points are still pretty okay. They're starting to get up there though, in the 300s and 400s. But still, you can still find some good deals there. So, this is a house value finder. So, the question is, what areas still have the best values? And I did the first top 10. So, right now, Clayton County, its market is hot. It has a 98 score, which means it's almost can't get any better. So, it's a very hot market, and the median housing value is low. It's at $117,000 for a house. So, there's still a good value there in Clayton County. Now, whether people want to invest there or live there, it's a little bit different. But as an investment, from an investment perspective, Clayton County would be a good place for a rental, um, specifically for cash flow. And there's other counties too, but no, Clayton County was number one. Now, the worst county is Meriwether, but you can see like Forsyth, Oconee, Fayette, Fulton. These average price points, median homes are pretty high up there. But in general, the market is hot. The market is hot in Georgia right now. The market hot in is the market's hot in Atlanta, pretty much in all the counties. It's a strong market. But for cash flow, if you're investing in cash flow, so first invested in appreciation, but there's two forms of appreciation and cash flow. You want to invest in both, but of course, different areas offer different opportunities. Appreciation happens in the city. 20% appreciation. If you had a rental in that same zip code and a really great price point, that's perfect. But as far as cash flow is concerned, Clayton County, uh, the price point is at 117, but the median rent is about 1,500. That's a lot of cash flow, and the population is pretty high. So the demand is also there. So you're looking at having uh, a higher rate of return on your money. You're looking at having a higher cash flow for the same deal. So, but these are just every county, every place is very super local. So you need to know, you need to have somebody with the knowledge of even what street to invest on and what street not to invest on. And if you have any questions, call me, hit me up. I'll give you my number, and we can discuss where to invest your money, where to invest your capital. If you want to do a fix and flip, what are the highest appreciating areas? If you want to do buy and hold, where can you get the most bang for your buck? And some people may choose to, some investors actually have a negative cash flow because the appreciation is ridiculous. And they're wanting to bet more on the appreciation they do on the cash flow. There's just different strategies, some people and different comfort levels. And I can always discuss more of that with my clients. And if you have any questions, of course, at the time, just give me a call. Um, Now, there's also rental growth. So, and if you notice, rental growth is also kind of directly proportional to the appreciation. So, as an area appreciates, so does the rent. So, the two highest appreciating areas had the highest appreciating rent growth. Go figure. So, um, but the zip codes 30032 in DeKalb County and 30310 in Fulton County were the top two zip codes to see the highest rent growth. And I can vouch for that as far as 30310, trying to help somebody find a rental. I remember a few years ago, you could find a rental for 750. Now it's like 1300, and that's a matter of 4 years. So, yep, it pays to have inside knowledge on where to invest, and that's how you win. And to align yourself with the team of people around you to win. And so I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy to become an expert in this. And so if you are deciding to invest or even buy, sell, invest in real estate, hit me up. Here's my number. There's my email address, 678-720-8834. Again, 678-720-8834. Email address is Brandon at georgetownres.com. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm available. And thank you for watching. Hope this helps give you more insight on the market, on how to invest, and maybe a little bit of thought of how to strategize your next investment. And I do have tons of off-market properties. I'm constantly searching for off-market properties. I am a buyer as well. I'm looking for deals. So maybe we can do a deal together if you are an investor. Um, I also help wholesalers move their properties. I do have a buyers list, a large buyers list. Um, so yeah, I'm a resource. So use me, and we can maybe help each other. Thanks.